Hi friends, welcome once again to my channel Treasure Builders with Shola Morofulu, an educational channel where we discuss about early childhood education, early childhood development, and everything early childhood. In the last episode, we looked at language development in children 12 to 18 months, the red flags to watch out for. And one of the takeaways is when a child is unable to call mama or dada, or when the child cannot articulate sounds. It's a red flag, and intervention should be done immediately. So in today's episode, we'll be looking at language development in children 18 months to 24 months. And one peculiar thing, actually we'll be looking at both the language developmental milestones and the red flags of this period. And before we proceed, I would just like you to know that this particular age group, this particular period is the period where language is developed, is the period of literacy development in children. So it's a very important period in the life of a child. So we need to watch out for things that might want to make their language development even to have issues. And at this period, it is also important that we expose the children to the right learning environment, especially in the area of language. Let's expose them to the right words, irrespective of the language the child is speaking first. Let's expose them to the right language environment, the right pronunciation. Most of us parents, when children are babbling, for instance, instead of, as they are babbling or something, instead of us to use the right words for them or to encourage them, we'll go along and we'll start babbling with them. When children are speaking at this particular age, we need to start implementing corrections so that they'll know that this is the right way to pronounce this, or this is the right way to say this. So let's continue. And at this period, they begin to acquire language or words on a regular basis. They can associate objects with words. They are improving their word bank, their vocabulary, even at this period. So everything they see, they try to associate a word with objects and things like that. And they also begin to use two-letter words to ask questions. For instance, start asking using where. For instance, where mama, like where is mama, or go dada, or go mama. Just two-letter words like that to ask questions. Also, their language development becomes intentional. They start using language intentionally. And when we talk about intentionally, what do we mean by using language intentionally? Not just at random, but they can use it to express their emotions, their feelings, their desires. So they begin to acquire new words, even to express whatever they are feeling. So they begin to use language intentionally. And when they're using language intentionally, it tends to signal other behaviors in them. By the time they are 2 years old, they should have, even earlier than that, they should have uttered their first word. And like I said, it's the beginning of language development. So introduce them to methods that will make them able to learn how to read, how to learn language, how to develop their vocabulary skills at a very early age. I usually recommend that by age 2, children should be introduced to the Jolly Phonics method. That's a method that I have used over the years, and I found out that it helps children even to learn how to read and even write at a very early age. In fact, a child that is introduced to Jolly Phonics at age 2, by the time the child is 4 years old, the child is already reading. And writing. Now let's go over to the red flags. So what are the red flags at this age? When a child cannot articulate words, when a child cannot even understand words, cannot even associate some objects to words, that okay, this is the word for this object. When a child cannot comprehend such things, it's a red flag. Also, when a child cannot use two-letter words to ask questions, is also a red flag. And one major red flag at this age is when you don't even understand what the child is saying. When people around can't understand the words that the child is saying, that means the words the child is saying, it's like, I don't even know how to say it, it does not carry, send an idea, or you just don't understand it. It's a major red flag, because at this period, like I said, communication skills is developing. We should understand them. We should be able to correct. But when they speak and the caregiver or the parent is unable even to understand, people around cannot understand what the child is saying, it's a red flag, a very major red flag. Because at this age, the child should have uttered his or her first words. The child should be able to acquire new words every day. But when the child fails to do all these things, it's a red flag. So at this point, we'll come to the end of today's topic on language development in children 18 to 24 months, both the milestones and the red flags, and we'll be able to identify that this is the period of language development, and that the child or the children should be introduced to the right language learning environment. So if you are coming across my channel for the first time, please make sure you subscribe to it. You've watched this video, you've liked it, make sure you click on the like button, share with friends, so that we'll be able to continue with this project on educating people about development of children in the early years. Once again, thank you for watching and have a blessed day.